What's up, everyone? This is Q from Retro Q Gaming, and it's time for a little bit of pre-E3 leaks, or just one of them, or maybe two of them in particular. But basically, what happened today was that Sony has filed some new new hardware patents with the FCC in America. FCC is the Federal Communications Commission, for anyone who doesn't live in America and is wondering what it is. It's basically the place where you have to file all your patents, and well, not just patents, but it has to be cleared as a safe product, basically. So anyway, they filed two new patents, or two new whatever they're called these days, but the two different models vary slightly. The first one is very similar to the PS4 we have now, which it basically reduces. It's as time goes by, all the technology to do the same thing becomes cheaper. The technology to do the same, to make the same thing, becomes cheaper. The materials become cheaper. So in the first model that they filed, we'll just call it a patent. They filed a patent for. What happens is the overall power consumption has dropped slightly. Now, it's only a small bit, so basically it's become a little bit more power efficient. And the weight has dropped as well. So that goes in line with as standard tech goes. Chances are the end user won't see a difference with this because, you know, who carries around their PS4 the whole time, and it only varies it's less than half a kilogram. It goes down. It's dropped from 2.8 kilos down to 2.5. So, you know, there's practically no difference there. The power difference is also very minimal, so minimal to the fact that it's not even worth mentioning. But it's what it is. It becomes a little bit more power efficient. So that's basically it. It's going to become, because of that, it's going to become what is most likely the standard PS4. So there won't be, it'll be the same. You know, you had your different models, your PSP 1000, your PSP 2000. It's just going to be like that. It'll be exactly the same. It'll be just a bit more power efficient and a bit cheaper for Sony to make. Chances are we won't see a price cut on it. I'd imagine it would still be exactly the same, but because it's lower cost to produce, Sony would get a bigger profit on it anyway. But the second one is a bit more interesting, only slightly, because there's only one real difference from the previous one we just covered. But it's coming closer to what the PS4 should have been originally, because it's all exactly the same as the previous one. But this one does have listed a 1 terabyte storage drive. Now, fair enough, the PS4, as with the PS3, it was extremely easy to swap in your own external, your own hard drive, if you will. It was very easy to do, and it was obviously very cheap for this. Now, this wouldn't be an option for people who have an existing 500 gig and then want to upgrade to a terabyte. That's just ridiculous. Go spend, I don't know, €100 on Amazon and get a 2 terabyte drive, or what, I didn't check the prices on it, but you'd easily pick up a massive space storage drive that can be used internally on the PS4 for a fraction of what you would pay for this brand new PS4. But the new one, the key thing is that it's going to come with 1 terabyte if all this filing is accurate. It should, I think personally, the Xbox One and PS4 should have launched with 1 terabyte as it is, because with the size of games and the size of patches nowadays, it's not really realistic. I mean, they both come as it is with 500 gig hard drives. The Xbox One operating system leaves you with something like 380 gigabyte, and the PS4 hard drive with the operating system there leaves you with something like 402 gigabyte. So, I mean, that's the space of with games these days. You're looking between 30 and 50 gig as a standard install, let alone the bigger games or the big ass patches and DLCs. So, I mean, you're looking at 8 games at a time, give or take. Usually less, but I mean, there's a couple of games out there that are 50 plus gig. You've got the new Batman upcoming is like 48 gig or something like that. Then you factor in all the patches and the DLC that's going to come with it. Elder Scrolls Online is something like 65 gig. Halo the Master Chief Collection with all the DLC and patches and all is something like 65, 70, 80 gig. That's just it off the top of my head. I mean, Dead Rising 3, actually, that with all the DLC as well, that's like an extra 20 gig on top of what the original install was. So I really think that these consoles should have launched with 1 terabyte inside them as a minimum. But in the case of the PS4, if you have an existing PS4 and you want to upgrade the storage, do not go and buy this new one. It's considerably easier and considerably cheaper to just go and buy a hard drive. There's many guides out there. In fact, I'm pretty sure Sony actually have an official hard drive replacement guide that you could just follow easy. I mean, it's very, very simple to do. You don't need to be technologically minded. Everything can really only go in one way, and all the very few settings that you actually have to do and steps you have to take, they're all outlined. You can find them everywhere on the internet. So if that is your concern, I would definitely recommend doing that. Personally, I have a 500 terabyte. Wow, imagine that. I have a 500 gigabyte stock hard drive in my PS4 because I barely use it, and chances are I'll never fill that. I delete most games. I can usually tell which games I'll play further down the line and which ones I won't, and usually it's not that much of an issue. I don't really have that many digital games, so I can just install them from the disc and install whatever 1 or 2 patches or DLCs. The exception being Destiny, which I need to get around to deleting that off my hard drive. But once that does get deleted, that's most likely never coming back, and that saves up, I don't know, what's Destiny up to these days, 50, 60 gig? I can't remember anyway. But that's basically it. Let me know in the comment section below that, oh, by the way, yeah, we'll most likely hear more about this announcement at E3, but I said that at the start of the video anyway. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about the upcoming 1 terabyte PS4. If you think maybe Xbox One will do something similar as well. If you think the consoles should have launched with more than 500 gig storage, or if you think 500 gig storage is adequate. Anything storage related with the new consoles at all, I'm interested to hear anyway. So let me know all that in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter because I got my new little series started up there a few days ago, and out of nowhere I got a couple more people just blew up on it. Anyway, the details of my Twitter will be in the description below, so you can follow me on there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the rest of the videos in my channel while we wait on the next 2 weeks of usually crappy news and boredom waiting for E3.